Hey, I'm Joe Manganiello of True Blood and Magic Mike, and you're watching RedEye.
You probably get this impression a lot, right?
What's that?
Standing next to the majority of humanity.
Yeah, pretty much. People are like, oh, how tall were they? And I'm like, I don't know, just shorter than me.
Yeah,
everybody's just kind of shorter than me. Except for my kid brother, who's taller than me.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall?
6'7".
Wow.
He's huge.
That's awesome. Okay, we can sit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It seems like both Chan and Steven had you in mind for this role of Big Dick Richie. Why do you think you came to mind?
Why do I think that they
thought you were right for it?
They thought I was right for Big Dick Richie? I don't know, but whatever ex-girlfriend talked to them, she should be on the Christmas card list.
Well, did anything go through your head of like, I wonder what I'm going to have to do to audition for this or seal the deal?
Well, I mean, they sent me the script, and I found out right away what I was going to have to do, which was, penis pump, fireman suit, head to toe gold paint. And I went, I'm in. Let's do this.
Who would say no to that?
Let's knock it out. I had a short conversation with Steven about penis pumps, and off we went.
I know you talked to a friend of yours who used to be a male stripper for a little bit for some background information. What's a story that he told you that was especially helpful or just kind of amusing?
Well, there's so much drugs. They used to have drums of GHB backstage, and they would do rails of speed, and they would try to time it out so they would peak right on stage with the girl. And then he would say that backstage, there would be women who were going to get married the next day, and they'd be backstage just doing stuff with the guys, and they'd be back, and then they go to the parking lot, some girls waiting next to their car, so they're doing the girls in the car, and then they'd have these regulars that would follow them home, and then they'd all night long and get up and lift some weights, go back, rinse and repeat, and and that the guys, it almost had this sense of like pro wrestling. The guys all had these egos and feathered hair and stuff, and they were just beating each other up backstage, getting into fights in thongs and like knee-high white patent leather go-go boots, like fighting each other. It was like, what is this? Like, what is this world? And it was so funny and insane and tragic and depraved all at the same time. So I really got a sense for what that world was.
Why do you think there's that feeling of they're just strippers, I can do whatever I want with them, this isn't real life?
You mean
as far as like the bachelorette parties are going behind the scenes and like
why are women behaving that way?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, jeez. I mean, I think it's kind of male wish fulfillment in a lot of ways. For example, I think there's a lot of gender differences that are a lot of gender questions that come up, or lessons that can be learned by the difference between the female strip clubs and the male strip clubs. The female strip clubs, men aren't allowed to touch. Men are threatening physically to the women, so there's security everywhere. Male strip club is not that way. I mean, women aren't physically threatening to big men, so like if you want to touch the guy, who cares? Do it. They're into it. So it's really just this free for all, this Dionysian, orgiastic, kind of male wish fulfillment, and so I think that I think also too I think it's interesting the way women behave in packs when they think no one's watching. I think there's an amount of that that there is a market for women want to let loose. They want to go crazy. They want to they want to let that energy loose in a society that really, I think, tells them to not step out that way, not behave that way, be a lady. So here's this environment where they don't have to be.
Right.
They can be as dirty as guys, and oftentimes are more dirty than the guys are.
This is the first movie inspiring like girls' nights out that doesn't have Sex and the City or sisterhood in the title, I think.
Exactly. It's that audience, but I mean, I want to say on steroids, but I mean maybe estrogen, whatever, whatever that.
Estrogen pills.
Yeah, this, I mean, it really is. There's a level of energy, I think, because of the sexualized nature of what we're doing. I mean, it seems ridiculous to think that putting on a fireman suit elicits the response that it does, but it does. I mean, I questioned it and went, really, this with the fireman?
But I love that Big Dick Richie has a phobia of fire.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't really like it. Yeah.
It's all an illusion.
Fog machines are cool. Real fire, no.
What do you think a Big Dick Ritchie spin-off movie might touch on?
Well, there actually were some scenes where we talked about Richie's backstory, and he was a baseball player, had a lot of potential, and played some minor league ball, got into some pills, drank a lot, didn't really fulfill his potential, wound up in Tampa. Good way to make money. He's just around along for the ride, so I think that was
It's a really
kind of
heartfelt story of a.
He's having a good time. He's not really thinking about tomorrow, which of course in 10 years the guy's either going to be dead or in rehab. So I mean that's where the sequel would wind up. It'd be
What's another on-screen werewolf that you'd like to see your werewolf battle, hypothetically?
Oh jeez. Well, I like Teen Wolf, so I wouldn't want. I think my character would destroy Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox. So I wouldn't want to see that one go down. That would be sad. Other than that, I mean, who would I want to fight? Jeez. I don't know. I mean, Kate Beckinsale isn't really a werewolf, but I would like to be in a scene with Kate Beckinsale. Yeah, I can do it. I mean, obviously it depends on who that person is. If I had to bench press Kevin Nash, that'd be difficult.
Can we get you to attempt bench pressing Dana? She's volunteered for this experiment.
Bench press. It's kind of hard to bench press actual human beings.
We'd love to see you try if you're up
we
for it.
could cut her in half and put her on either side of a bar, like Silence of the Lambs style, I would do it. But I think that might be a little.
I don't think we're insured for that.
Yeah, I mean, it would require a lot of $1 bills.
I have a 20.
I have.
Maybe next
My
time.
price has gone up since Magic Money.